Dead Men's Path was set in the Great Britain colonial era in Nigeria. The British were intervening to displace the Portuguese since they were slave trade leaders. The British managed to ban the slave trade. They commenced signing treaties with some leaders in Africa, hence introducing new beliefs and an education system. The introduction of new culture and education system resulted in great impacts on the characters. For instance, Michael Obi, the protagonist, embraced modernization, and he had several ideas for implementation. The author, Chinua Achebe, is a Nigerian African prolific writer, born in 1930 in Achebe village. He experienced the post-colonial effects during his education alongside other cultural changes in Nigeria. Therefore, his book, Dead Men's Path, represents the colonial impacts during the colonial era. The setting of the story takes place in Ndum Central School, situated in Onitsha town, which has a significant impact on the characters. It creates serious disagreement between the villagers and the protagonist Obi. For instance, he rejects the request of the village priest, Ani, about reopening the ancestral path due to external influence. The protagonist is a round character since he engages in continuous conflicts with villagers. Mr. Obi is stubborn, and he intends to reform people's supernatural beliefs without deep and rational consideration. Other characters such as Ani are flat since they are uncomplicated and maintain their beliefs to the end. He requests Obi, who is a round character, to reopen the ancient path since it had ancestral significance. Michael Obi is a reformed-minded teacher who tries to force new beliefs and education practices in his village. He possesses great intellectual qualities and plans to implement his wonderful ideas by trying to implement new ways and eradicate the old ones. Obi was born a dynamic and heroic individual, and he tries to bring changes to the village. However, his village mates consider him an anti-hero since he goes against their moral standards. While he tries to reform the school system into the modern structure, he displays idealism and ambitious virtues since he has a burning desire for change. However, he is handicapped by his intellectual skills by refusing to listen to other villagers' opinions. Eventually, rivalry emerges between Obi and villagers, hence, destroying the entire school. Psychologically, the protagonist's dominant trait of enforcing change comes from the British way of ruling. Obi enthusiastically accepted his new position as the headmaster of Ndum Central School. He has desires to implement his wonderful ideas, but he is not on good terms with villagers. His desires do not support each other because he fails to accommodate other people's opinions. Change requires mutual participation and understanding of other people's beliefs. The protagonist is intuitive since he bases his judgment on his own thinking. After the demolition of the school, the supervisor says Obi's misguided zeal led to the entire tragedy. It was his obligation to resolve the matter with the utmost discretion. Michael Obi takes every problem as an opportunity to expand his ideas. He takes hold of scenarios personally, and he cannot accept advice from other villagers. He shares the joy of promotion with his wife, Nancy, and he is dedicated to maximize and make progress in the school. However, his progress is faced with several challenges and does not continue via definable phases. There is an occurrence of war, and he is relieved of his duties as a headmaster. His inadequacy of having everything under control is evident when the school is demolished by the angry villagers. The author wants the readers to think and understand the benefits of unity and respecting the beliefs of people, the concept which the protagonist neglected. His personality lacked consistency, and, eventually, he failed as a leader. Everything you need for studies, essay samples, writing tools, and tips, you can find at studycorgi.com.